In the year 1979, I was talking about the year 1979 and the summer course which was held in the month of June. Halfway through this summer course, our results came from the Bangalore University. Our college was then affiliated to the Bangalore University, and I was in my final year BSc course. I had to go for higher studies to the Bangalore University because the Sri Sathya Sai Institute of High Learning had not yet come into existence, and therefore I had to apply to the Bangalore University. There were a number of courses which I could apply. MSc Physics, MSc Mathematics, Statistics. In fact, Professor Kasturi had even told me, you apply for journalism. I see that you have a flair for writing. I will tell Swami and you can help in the Sanatan Sarthi. So I was very excited about it and said, okay, journalism and MA Sanskrit and so on. I had a number of these courses, but deep within my heart, I was very clear that the course which I would have to take would have to be decided by Swami. And when this result came from the Bangalore University had opened a window for the admissions for the post-graduation, which was just 1 week long. And they said applications for these courses should come within 1 week. And we were, as I mentioned, we were in the midst of a summer course. There were 1,000 students from all over the country who had come, who were staying on the campus, and the whole day was packed with activity. Swami was extremely busy, and he would have to give darshan, he would have to give interviews, he would come and give the evening discourse, and there were so many guests who would come, and Swami would bless all of them by talking to them, giving them an audience and so on. So I remember that morning very vividly. I was standing in the room which was called as the staircase room. In the staircase room consisted of a staircase which led directly to the first floor where Swami's living rooms were there. I was standing at the foot of the stairs, and for a moment I said, Swami, how do I connect with you in this busy schedule of yours when there are thousands of students? It's almost like an ocean and I'm just a drop, Swami. But for me, it is such an important decision which will define my career, which will define my future life, academic life and career, whatever. So, Swami, you must decide this. And for a second, I think I felt helpless because it looked so impossible. And so, just one tear came down my cheeks. Immediately, there was a tap on my back, and there was Mr. Raja Reddy. Mr. Raja Reddy was a person who was serving Swami, and he said, excuse me, can you please help me carry this basket of fruits to the top? And so he carried a basket, I carried another, and I just followed him. I was very excited because we were going upstairs, but I was very thrilled when he led directly to the dining hall, and in the dining hall I saw Swami sitting at the dining table. There was Professor Bhagavantam on the other side. I was extremely excited. In that excitement, I totally forgot what I had in my mind just a few seconds before or a minute before that. I went there, and Mr. Raja Reddy kept the fruit basket, and behind him I too kept the basket and slowly inched my way backwards because I was an uninvited person. I could not kind of park myself there. So discipline demanded that I, having finished my job, I move backwards, move out. So I came out backward. I stepped backwards till I came to the door. As I just came to the last step, I heard Swami calling my name. And as I ran to him, Swami started describing about or narrating my life to Professor Bhagwantam. And he said, this boy came to me when he was just 4.5 years. He had lost his mother and he grew up under my care. And he has been studying here and he has got a university rank. And today he has finished his, today he is in a position to go for higher studies. And turning to me, he asked the question which I had thought of asking. Swami said, what is the course you would like to follow for the future studies? And I was so excited because this was the thought in my mind. I said, Swami, please decide it for me. I want you to take a decision on this. And Swami said, yes, I will decide it for you. You don't decide. And I came back very, very excited. I had Swami's Namaskar, came back to the hostel. A few days later, the summer course got over. And there were students who had come from all over the country. And Swami, many of them expressed a desire to go to Prashanti Nilayam. And so Swami arranged ITDC buses for us to go to Prashanti Nilayam. And we all travelled to Prashanti Nilayam. In Prashanti Nilayam, slowly after a few days, the number of students who were there started reducing. And the number came down slowly. And one of the days, Swami suddenly turned to me and asked, what about your higher studies? Luckily, the university had also extended the deadline by a few days, so it was still possible for me to apply for the course. And Swami called me for an interview and asked this question, what is the course you would like to do? I said, Swami, whatever you say. And Swami asked me, which is the course in which is the subject in which you got the least marks? I had got least marks in chemistry. And chemistry was not even in the list of probables in my mind, because I had thought of physics, I had thought of even mathematics, I had thought of English literature, I had thought of journalism, statistics, Sanskrit, but chemistry was not there at all in my list. And so I was excited about it. And I said, Swami, I have got minimum marks in chemistry. And Swami said, then chemistry tisko, he said. So take chemistry. So this is how I fell into the chemistry basket. And for me, there was no decision at all I needed to take. It was enough for me that Swami guided. Whatever he said, I decided would be the guiding light for me. If he decided chemistry it was, even though chemistry was at that point a terror for me. Much had mathematics had been when I joined the degree, having to duel with mathematics at that stage. Chemistry kind of got the upper hand as I moved to the BSc. And now at this point, chemistry was the one which was tough. And throughout my life, I noticed this, that Swami would pick up whatever I was weak at and strengthen that and make me stronger. I realized that what Swami was doing was exactly what Professor Radhakrishnan, the President of India, had once said in the Constituent Assembly when the question of reservation for the weaker sections of society, the scheduled castes and all, were taken up. There were a lot of discussion about the pros and cons. And finally, he just got up and said one sentence: a chain is as strong as its weakest link. And so this is what Swami was making. He was making sure that the weakest link in my personality, whichever academic or whatever, Swami was strengthening it to strengthen my personality. And this is the way Swami did it, and it was a very, very beautiful experience. And now there was one more challenge in front of me. In those days, we had as soon as we graduated, we had to move out of the hostel because we would get seat in various universities. We had to go out and study. But if it was in Bangalore, I could have pleaded with Swami and stayed in the hostel. Unfortunately for me, I did not get a seat in the Bangalore University, even though they had put a second list and a third list. The number of seats were very limited, and the number of colleges, the number of universities in Karnataka itself were only 3 at that point of time. So the number of seats available for higher studies in chemistry were limited, and so I did not secure a seat. And it was at this point that when I was in Prashanti Nilayam, one day Swami asked me about it, and I said, Swami, I have not got a seat. Swami said, why didn't you study in Anantapur? And there was laughter all around me because everyone assumed that Swami is pulling my leg and he is asking me to study in the Anantapur college. And after pausing for some time, Swami said, Anantapur mana college lo ledu, not in our college, which is a women's college. Anantapur PG center lo chadavu. Study in the PG center there. There was a SV University PG center at that point, which is today the SK University. And Swami said, you can go there and study. And how I got in there is another very interesting tale, which I'll reserve for the next podcast. Thank you, Sai Ram.